Perfect. We are officially live now. Perfect. Hello, I'm Naima. This is my sign name. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a licensed therapist and founder of the Deaf Mental Health Hub. We're a health center and resource center. I'll do a quick visual description. I have a sweater with stripes. The first stripe is gray, the middle stripe is a cream color, and there's a dusty rose color at the bottom. I have a cream wall behind me with a pink chair. You may see my black table over here. You'll also see my mug. It has a picture of a sunrise. So I was going to continue, but I want to hold one moment to let Annie introduce herself. Hi, I'm Annie. This is my sign name. I'm dressed in an olive green sweater that's about the quarter length on my arms. I have a black headband in my hair with clear glasses. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a teacher in Austin, Texas. Perfect. Thank you. Before we get started, I want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you for everyone who's been with us on this community care and action journey so far. Thank you for the interpreters who are able to show up and provide access for different range of deaf, hard of hearing, late deafened communities. I'm really grateful for that. We're now on StreamYard, so that means that we've been making some adjustments to improve, but we're always open to feedback, how to get better. So please, if you have any feedback, please let me know how I can improve. And after this, with the interpreter, it'll be easier for me to caption and to post. Please understand that the videos may take some time to look for interpreters if we don't have one when we do a live stream to get the videos captioned. So the goal of Community Care and Actions is for community members to contribute how we can and how we're navigating this hard time with politics and everything that's going on right now. It's important to pause, take a time and listen, take some tools to build your personal toolbox, different skills that you can share with the community. And again, really, this is a place where we all come from different lived experiences, different expertise, different journeys. And so it doesn't mean that this will apply to everybody. You can pick and choose what fits your life and what benefits you the best. So really, again, I'm grateful to have Annie joining us today to discuss habit stacking. So I'll turn the floor to Annie. The floor is yours. Perfect. Thank you. I also forgot to add for my visual description, I'm sitting in a navy blue rocking chair. Really, I wanted to discuss habit stacking today because it truly helps lighten that mental load because you already have your steps ahead of you. You can already predict easily what's going to take place. When a lot of things are going on in the world, it's really easy to forget things or get overwhelmed. So this is a strategy that you can use. If there's medicine that you need to take at a specific time, how do you make sure that you don't forget? When you take your medicine consistently, that means that your emotional needs and your mental regulations are able to function more. So it's really important that if you have a morning medicine or a night medicine, typically keeping them all in one place isn't the most successful thing. So a way that you can habit stack in the morning, I guarantee there's coffee. I'm always making coffee. So for me, I'll put my morning medicine next to my coffee things, next to the coffee maker. So it reminds me in that moment, oh, I need to take my medicine. Oh, excuse my cat. I have a black cat who just joined me. This is Bach. So that's habit stacking. And so far it's been successful. Also for a nighttime medicine, I'll typically put it in the bathroom because for me, I'll wash my face every night before bed and I'll see my medication right there. It helps remind myself, oh, I need to take it. It's that time. Later, I was doing some research and I found out that my morning medication needed to have food to be able to digest it properly. So that means I can't, have breakfast 2 hours, 3 hours after I take my medication. So I thought, what can I do? Well, let me stack another habit. So I kind of go on and I'm able to use that. I put my medicine with my coffee, or maybe I'll associate it stacking it with my yogurt, just some food, and make sure that it's set there before. So while the water's boiling for my coffee, I'm able to grab my yogurt and take care of my medical needs. And it's really been helpful to continue a stable day going forward. Also, for example, stretching. I really want to make sure that I stretch every day. I know that's not always going to happen. Of course, a lot of things come up during the day. I have 2 young kids at home and work full time. So when I arrive home, I'm usually dealing with the kids, and time always slips away from me. So, how am I able to take care of myself? Really, stretching is an important need for me, especially in my neck, because that's where I hold all of my tension and stress. My shoulders will be all the way up to my ears. So, what I do is before I get into bed, I have some stretching equipment right next to my bed, or I'll stretch on the floor. I'll take a yoga mat. And really, for many times in the past, I've tried with I don't put on specific yoga clothes. I just am simple with the clothes that I'm already in. The goal is to stretch. So that's what I accomplish. And then I'm able to get into bed. It takes 5 minutes. I'll stretch for longer if I feel like it. But really, it's important not to put too much pressure on it. If the goal is 5 minutes and you hit that 5 minutes, the goal is accomplished. So that's another habit that I can stack. So I started doing that and I found it to be really successful. So then I tried to stack another time to stretch in the morning. And sometimes I will literally roll all out of my bed and my yoga mat's right there to stretch. So I truly get out of bed and stretch immediately. I remember I used to wake up and feel already tight and tense. And so that's when I decided, okay, maybe I need to get a little movement in my routine before I start the day. So that's habit stacking. And it really helped me keep really a steady emotional and mental mindset, really help reduce stress. And I'm able to manage the different things that I may face throughout the day. Whatever the world or whatever more news comes, my mind is a lot more stable and capable instead of stressing out with everything, getting overwhelmed or forgetting the small tasks. It also shows the way that it's not too much of a burden. It's just adding something small to your natural day. So over time, it becomes that routine because often, it's not guaranteed when we set such a big goal. So it's really easy to start with these smaller goals. Start with, okay, I have coffee, so I'll put my medicine next to my coffee. So there's one stack. Oh, I need to get my yogurt now. And so it's stacking these things. And over time, that becomes the habit instead of trying to make all of these big changes at once to be able to stay committed to it. Absolutely. That is a secret. Whatever habit you already do every day, stacking the habit on top of that is what's successful. But honestly, sometimes it doesn't work, and that's fine. So you modify. Maybe try it at a different time of the day. Like, I want to read more books, but it's almost impossible with my kids running around and climbing all over me all the time. So I decided to bring a book to work. And instead of scrolling on my phone, doom scrolling during my lunch break, I decided, well, let me bring my book and I'll read. Sorry, my cat is all over me. Sorry. Looks like he wants to say something too. Oh, yeah. He wants to join. So what I started to do was bring my book to work and just read while I ate lunch. And that was able to help me release from the stress of the morning or any events that had happened that day. Whereas if I was just doom scrolling, I would completely lose track of time. So it's really been grounding for me to read. And also reading a real book helps instead of being on a phone or a screen. And I mean, sometimes I will read things on my phone, but it's just a lot of screen time throughout the day. So I was trying to figure out how I can reduce that. So that's how I was able to stack that little habit there. It's just one thing. And if I see if it works, okay, great. Well, now I can stack something else. So that's really been helping me for the past 2 years after I found out about my diagnosis and I was able to, change and get accommodated to the different medicines. And also I moved too. So a lot of things have happened in the last 2 years. So a lot of habit stacking has really helped me stay calm and continue with my life. And what would your advice be for people who want to start habit stacking? What advice would you give them? Really? Just start with one thing. Like you said, don't make it this big, like go big or go home. That's not going to be successful. Start with one simple thing. That's all. And if it's successful, then keep going. Sometimes it takes a month. Like typically, if you're doing the same routine every day, it'll take about 20 to 30 to days for it to be effective. And it's different for everyone, of course. I didn't start adding yogurt to my routine, and I think until about 6 months after I did the first habit stacking with the medication in my coffee. I had realized I'd gotten an upset stomach after on a regular basis. So I researched about it and I learned more. And then 6 months later, that was when I was able to add the other habit. And I think for the last 2 or 3 months, I started adding yogurt in the morning and it's been successful. So really just start with one thing. Yes, and patience too, I'm sure. Like if you have an experience, if you're not successful, do you still continue with the practice? Especially with stretching. Yes. There are some times where I'll put my kids to sleep and I'll fall asleep with them by accident. So sometimes I miss stretching. It's not 100% every time. It really just depends on the day too. That's so true. How do you talk to yourself during that time? Are you like, oh man, I failed, I messed up? Or do you try to shift your mindset? What's your process? Honestly, I used to be a lot harder on myself. I used to, oh, I failed. Now I have to start all over again. But that's not how I look at it anymore. Tomorrow's a new day. I can try again tomorrow. And I keep going from there. I really try to look at it more as a reset than a failure. So tomorrow's just a time to start over. So just like you said, it's how you phrase it. Yes, absolutely. I see one comment talking about a habit tracker. You can use a habit tracker in your daily life too. That almost makes me think of we used to be in those 75 soft or 75 hard challenges about going to the gym or reading or doing a certain activity every day for 75 days. But it's like, oh, if you mess up, you have to start over again and recount. And so it's hard to follow that. So I think it can be successful when okay, let me let go of that. And it's not starting over. So if you miss one, it's fine. Especially with the winter blues coming, nobody wants to go outside. So I try to be a lot bit gentle on myself. Okay, maybe I'll try these first 3 days to start. It's important to celebrate the small wins and not be too negative. Absolutely, to encourage yourself. Yes, so instead of making it really big goals, I try to do small. Also, and especially for women, keeping in mind that, our bodies are constantly in a fluctuating state. Every week, our cells are changing, our hormones are changing. So that means that naturally, of course, our moods, our energies, our abilities, what we're able to do is going to change on a daily basis and even more so on a weekly basis. So keep that in mind too. I'm 40, I'm older. That means that my energy is a lot less than, what I used to have before. But that's okay. Just take it one day at a time. And honestly, I'm at a point where I have to be patient to keep going and seeing what's going on every day. For me, I'm like, I think of a new challenge. Oh, can I do this? Sometimes I save it for tomorrow, and that's okay. I give myself grace. Honestly, the world is, there's so much going on. You have to give yourself grace. Yes, yes. I think that's such a good tool for people to look for. I've been looking how to build that kind of habit and set something. I think it's starting with habit stacking. But like you said, start with something small, something simple. And really, if you feel good, if you feel consistent, okay, now add another small one and keep building from there in the long term. I really appreciate that for our community. And I'm sure a lot of people can benefit, especially right now. People have routines that they do every single day. And so really, I think when you start with those habits that are already built in, a routine is different than a habit. So you can build something into your daily routine. And definitely it's something that will become the back of your mind. You won't even think about it. It'll become your daily process every day. So that's how it lightens the mental load. It becomes more used to it. It's in your routine now. You don't even think about doing it. Thank you so much for sharing that today. I appreciate it. I really appreciated having your cat join too. Thank you so much. We'll post this video on Instagram with the captions. Thank you for joining this, and I hope that the community has been able to benefit. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.